can put it back online for those that are not able to make it. This call is just to give information to what's happening in the city of Forest Park. So I do have some great people on the line with me. My name is Kimberly James. I'm the council person for Ward 1, and I'm multitasking, trying to allow people into the meeting. But we're going to go ahead and get started. We're not going to prolong the time. I'm just the convener. I have the professionals on the call with me. So I'll start with the first person that was on the call, and that was Public Works, Director Jinks. Sir, you have the floor.
Good evening, everyone. I got some good updates and some information that's been going on for the past week. We are putting in the fall plants, so you should be seeing some fresh flowers and stuff, getting some planters and city buildings and everything planted. Clayton County's done completed 12 streets out of that 31 that we had signed contracts with, so they're rolling around, so just be patient with them. And last Saturday and Friday, that storm that came through, Clayton County Water handles most of the flooding, but we assisted them, and we had one large tree go down on Virginia Circle, took out some power lines. We handled all that. And sinkhole formed down there off the roadway, but where the creek comes, and it's safed up, and Clayton County is aware of it. They're going to be repairing that. And the great news is I've been dealing with DOT for over a year with the right people, and we got 4.5 inches Saturday, and Forest Parkway at the Railroad Trestle did not flood. That's the first time I know in 29 years it hadn't flooded.
Awesome. So
we got that problem fixed. But other than that, we just got a lot going on, and just be patient with the paving. They're going to get as much done before it gets too cold. And that's about all we got from Public Works. Waste management is improving, but I'm still on them. So if you have any concerns or any problems, just feel free to give me a call at any time, and I'll address any issues.
Thank you so much, Director Jinks. I really appreciate that, and I love the way our streets are looking. I'm excited about all that's happening, and excited about the flowers being planted as well. So thank you so much. We're going to move on to our rec department. We have Director Maxwell on the call. Director Maxwell, you have the floor, sir.
How's everybody doing?
Doing great, thank you. And most everybody is muted, so.
Oh, all right. Well, just to let you know a few activities in the park that we have going on this weekend. We have Fun Friday, which starts at 8 o'clock. You can bring the family out, enjoy bounce houses, food trucks, and a nice live band. Saturday, we got the Hispanic Heritage Festival that starts at 1:30 and runs up until about 6 o'clock. You can come out, learn about the heritage of things and all that's going on in the park. And also that night we have the ultimate tailgate, the Georgia versus Alabama game, which festivities start about 6:30, and the game comes on at 8. So we're looking to, just have a good time this weekend in the park. We also have a movie in the park on the 24th of October that will be out. The kids can bring out their tents, their camping gear, and just hang out in the park that night. That starts on the 24th at 6 o'clock. And then on the 31st of October, we have our Pink Panther Breast Cancer Walk that morning at 8 o'clock. And then we have our Fall Festival that afternoon at 1 o'clock. So pretty busy schedule for the month of October. So besides that, that's all I pretty much have.
Thank you, Director Maxwell. Really excited about everything that's happening in Forest Park. And we want to make sure that we enjoy those things while we can be outside. We also still have the mask, so you want to make sure you keep your social distancing, but please come out and enjoy everything that we have to bring our community together. All right, so we're gonna move on to,
Ask questions now, or we gotta wait?
we'll wait till the end. We'll get all the directors in and we'll ask questions at that point. So hold on to your questions, Ms. Williams. Mr. Fleming, I believe you are from the zoning department. Are you our speaker for today? You're muted.
Yes, ma'am. Good evening, Councilwoman James and distinguished guest on the online here. I'm the supervisor for code enforcement, which is part of the planning, building, and zoning department. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. We got you.
Okay. And I'll just, well, for the total month, this report for the total month of September, we have 4 code enforcement officers working the city of Forest Park, broke down in 4 areas. But for the month of September, there was 266 property maintenance violations that were addressed and or commercial signage violations that were addressed. I can't say though, there were 177 of those cases were closed in September and 89 of them have been moved over to October and being worked now. But in Ward 1, yeah, there were 50 property maintenance violation properties addressed. 33 have been resolved of the 50, and there's 17 that have now carried over to the month of October. And basically property maintenance from anywhere from junk vehicles, furniture, appliances in the yard, overgrown grass. And the overgrown grass is like 70% of our cases, and in about another month or so, that'll be over with, so we can concentrate more on housing code violations and things of that nature. But we're diligently out there. One thing now, we've started this boarding permit where you can't board up your house, and if you do, you need to get a permit to do it. And it's a monthly fee to keep it boarded to try to deter folks from leaving houses sitting boarded, because we feel like that's keeping people from wanting to buy a house on that street where you got a boarded house. So we're diligently going after that. We've had a couple of court cases already. As a matter of fact, we had one today, and the owner's in Connecticut. So we couldn't get him down here, but we had him on Zoom, and he did bring his property in compliance. So it's sad we got to cite people and bring them to court before they get in compliance. But that's a small percentage. A majority of the folks here do comply after we go through our due process steps of getting them in voluntary compliance. But sadly, though, we do have to go judicial at times. But we're busy. Thank goodness, though, the grass season will be over soon, so we can concentrate more on other issues, like I say, of housing code violations, getting these junk vehicles in a building and removed from the property, and just try to educate the folks out of there to maintain their property and be respectful of the neighbors to keep a clean community.
Absolutely. Thank you, Mr. Fleming. Great information. So I appreciate the code enforcement officers that we have in the city working around to keep our city where it needs to be. So I encourage all our neighbors to make sure that we're keeping Forest Park looking beautiful, because we want to maintain our community. So thank you so much, Mr. Fleming, for that. I appreciate you,
You're
sir.
welcome, Councilman James. Thank you.
Mr. Thompson, director from our financial department. How are we looking, sir?
Pretty good, thank you, ma'am. Appreciate the time this afternoon. So good evening, everyone. So nobody likes the tax collector, okay? But the tax bills will be going out next week, and for the 2020 taxes that will be due by December 20th. Our residents are familiar with the fact that we also bill at the same time on the tax bill the sanitation fee for garbage collection. That fee is going up by 3%, and that amount last year was $261.20. It will now be $269.04 for this coming year. That's an increase of $7.84 for the year. On Monday night, the council hopefully will be approving our millage rate for the 2020 tax year, which will be continue to be the same tax rate as last year, which is 16.743 mills. We are in the process of going through our annual financial audit. So this is the time period when the auditors actually come out and look at records, and or we send them copies to look at. So with that, the finances of the city, of course, are still in pretty good shape. We're very fortunate here in Forest Park that we've not been unduly impacted by the COVID pandemic. So we think we closed the books again with a good fund balance back in June. But of course, they're still making adjustments to that because of the audit. So we're glad to answer any questions when the time comes. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Director Thompson. I appreciate that, and I'm glad to hear our finances are good. Do we have someone from our police department on the call? Hey. Okay, you're muted. Let me see.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Introduce yourself for me.
My name is Detective Cantrell from the Forest Park Police Department.
Okay. Welcome. Go ahead, Detective. You have the floor.
Okay. So far, the most high crime that we have right now are vehicle thefts. As of last week, we had a total of 5. 3 are still active, but 2 have been recovered. Majority of the thefts have been occurring in a residential area, so I just advise the residents to actually keep their doors locked and make sure they're aware of their vehicle, only because it's about to be cold and you know you want to heat your car up before you leave for work, to just make sure that the vehicle is secured before you leave. Yep, that's about it. If you have any questions.
Okay, thank you, Director Cantrell. I appreciate that information. So we know we want to make sure we protect our vehicles, make sure you keep everything locked up as well.
Yes.
Thank you for that. We have anyone from our fire department on the line? Okay, I know we have our city clerk, Ms. Sneed. I don't know if you have anything you want to update us on, Ms. Sneed. If you do, let me see. If you can unmute yourself. Oh, I see you. Here you go. Do you have anything you want to update us on, or welcome to the team, by the way?
Hi, how you guys? Good afternoon. Can everyone hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. So for right now, I think what I would like to update everyone on is just the open records process. We're currently revamping open records, and the city is going to get a new software called just FOIA, which is going to allow us to process our open records in a faster time, as well as to be able to track them for the citizens. So I wanted to let everyone know about that software that's coming soon, as well as next month, we are launching our new website. It will go live. So we're hoping that that new look and our new, kind of like a new brand for it, will make it easier for our residents to search on our website any information they would need. So I kind of want to just let everyone know about that.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You're
Did I
welcome.
miss anybody else from the city? Ms. Gardner, are you on the line? I don't know if you're on one of the phone numbers that's muted. I believe you can push *6 if you're on one of the phones that's muted. While we're waiting on her, I do have, yes, there you go. Hey,
Hi.
go ahead, Ms. Gardner, you got the floor. Doing good.
I have some updates. Earlier today, I just pulled a census stats, and I'll just go through those. Forest Park is at, and this is the self-response rate. Forest Park is at 54.7%. Clayton County is at 60.5%. Georgia is at 62.7%, and the U.S. total is 66.8%. That's self-response rates by people utilizing their digital devices. And also, just to let everyone know, you know, it's been some back and forth between, I guess, the federal judges, and you know, there were different deadline dates, but actually notice came out a couple of days ago, and today is actually the final day for the census. So after today, that will conclude the census count.
Okay, do you know where we stand as far as the other counties? I'm talking about numbers. Are we still considered the largest, or we won't know that yet?
We won't know that yet. The rates that I gave was just what I pulled off of the census.gov site today.
Yes, okay. All right, thank you, Ms. Gardner. I appreciate that information. We do have one of our school board members, Ms. Williams, on the call. Ms. Williams, can you give us an update on what's going on with our schools?
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Hello, everyone. So I don't have no real update. We're still doing virtual classes. We will discuss it after the 19th, after we have two consecutive weeks of the COVID numbers being below between 50 and 100 per 100,000. So we'll discuss it at our board meeting we have on October 26th, if you want to know about that. And we have food distribution on every Friday from 12 to 2 for the community. And that's at Huey Elementary, Lovejoy High, Lee Street Elementary, Mount Zion High, and West Clayton Elementary. And they know we do the food for the kids every day if they need to pick up breakfast or lunch or at the bus stops. And that's pretty much it.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Williams. I appreciate that information. And I did see our PTSA president, Ms. Walker. Ms. Walker, do you have anything you want to update before we open it up for questions?
Hello, everyone, and thank you, Councilwoman James. We have had several food drives at the school, and we will continue to do that. The next food drive will be set for Thanksgiving, so our families will have items to carry them through the holiday season. So I will be giving you that date once I speak with one of our sponsors, but it will be around the time that the kids and the students will be getting out of school for that holiday season. But thanks everyone for the fantastic information and updates about our area, and we appreciate that, and everyone be safe. Thank you, Councilwoman James.
Thank you. And as Ms. Walker was talking, you all notice I shared my screen. I have some footage of some of the things that we've done in the community. That's our new football coach there at Forest Park High School. They had a barbecue that Councilman Mears, Mayor, myself was able to attend. We have our fire department on display that's helping distribute some of the food that we were able to distribute. I do have our police department as well that helped out, and our Recs department that helped out with our food distribution in the community. So we appreciate everyone for stepping up and serving the community and helping the community. So you all see the slides as it's going through. We have a lot of food. I know that the PTSA is planning on doing something again in November, and we'll be doing more again. So we're just trying to serve the community and help the community. I don't know if Chief Horton is on the line. I did want to introduce everyone to our new fire chief. Chief Horton, are you on the line? Okay. All right. So I'm going to open it up. Ms. Williams, I know you had a question. Well, before I open it up, is there anyone else from the City of Forest Park that's on the line that I missed out? One of our directors or staff members? I know that I saw the council aide, Ms. Cassandra. I don't know if she's still on. Ms. Cassandra, do you have any updates? I don't know if you're still on. Okay, let me, if you have a question or comment, go ahead and unmute yourself. If you're on the phone, push *6, and that will unmute your phone. Or if you're on the computer, you can just unmute yourself.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am. Tell us your name.
My name is Pat Robertson.
Hey, Ms.
And
Robertson.
Hi, how are you?
Doing
And let me say this right quick. Thank you so much for these informative and very, very helpful meetings that you have with us by phone. I really appreciate that from you.
Thank you.
Okay, I would like to go way back and find out what exactly is the plan for Conley Road. When I first moved here, which was eons ago, we were told, DOT actually was having meetings about a widening of Conley Road. And of course, they bought all of Mountain View up there out, and they have widened that. And we thought it would come a lot quicker than it has, but it's happened. And I would like to know who, possibly Director Jenks or whoever knows what the plan is. What's the timeline, if they know, for widening the rest of Conley Road on down to Jonesboro, or is that still in the plan? But what's going on? What's going on there? Does anybody know?
Okay, hold on. Go ahead.
I've been hearing the same information you've been hearing, and I do know they still have another year's worth of construction on the Clayton County end. As far as extending to Jonesboro Road, I've not had no updates on that.
Okay.
I would have to reach out to somebody with DOT and see what the plans are. With the way they work, that may have been put back on the back burner until they get that phase one totally completed, because I know they have to widen that bridge, and that hadn't even started yet. So I'm not going to give you a promise of nothing, because I don't have no correct information.
Okay.
Okay.
And what I'll do too, Ms. Robinson, I'll follow up with our commissioner. I want to say it's Hamburg in that has that area. I'm not 100%. I'll find out for sure, and I'll see if they have if she has any information as well, and I'll coordinate that information with Director Drinks, and I'll get back with you. Okay.
I appreciate that.
All right. Thank you. Any other questions or comments on the call?
I got a question for the Public Works. Is the trash can supposed to be left in the street when they dump the trash? The mine is in the street every time. I don't know if that's your policy or co using the machine truck, or I don't know. I'm trying to find.
I have two sanitation administrators that watch over waste management. We have been out trying to enforce that. If you can give me a street, I can make sure they follow up on that.
I live on Kennesaw Drive.
I will get them out there first thing. I know he's having issues with Kennesaw Place not getting picked up the other week, but as far as that area, that's all I've heard. But I will get them over in that area. If we have to put in a nice friendly notice saying if you don't remove it in timely manner, you may have to get a citation, but we don't want to go that far. We like to try to get the information to them first.
Okay, you said get a citation.
If we give them notice, a letter, and they would continue to leave their trash can out, the ordinance.
No, I'm saying the people that's picking up my trash is dumping the trash, but leaving my trash can in the street.
Leaving it in the street. Okay, I'll touch base with waste management.
A few times after they did it before and it rained, then my trash can got swept all the way down the street. Because it's in the street, and then the rain washed it away, and then I couldn't find it one time either.
I will address that with waste management and make sure they get them back where they got them from. And I do apologize. I've been dealing with this since May, and it's gotten better in some areas, and I'm still working in other areas. So just please be patient. But I will address that tomorrow.
Okay, thank you. And for Mr. Maxwell. Mr.
Yes,
Maxwell,
ma'am. Yes,
how
ma'am.
you doing?
I'm good.
What is the Halloween thing on the 31st going to look like? Like, is it going to be in the gym? You going to have something outside in the park? And what's it going to look like?
Yes, ma'am. We're moving everything pretty much outside in the park. And we're doing, we got a live band performing. We have some trunk or treat with the slider, so, some bikes that's gonna be out there, and they're gonna give away some candies. We have vendors, bounce houses, characters that's gonna be walking around. So a lot of everything we doing have been moved outside.
Okay, and what time is that for?
That goes from 1 p.m. to 6.
Oh, okay. So it's gonna be in the daytime. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. It's going to be pretty much in the daytime, so we can try to get, you know, with everything going on, just get people home while the sun is still up a little bit.
Okay. That sounds good. All right. That's what I wanted to know.
Okay.
All right. Well, I want to thank everyone for joining us on the call today. Appreciate all the information that was shared. Remember to keep your vehicles locked. In the cold weather, you still got to make sure you secure your vehicles, because that's the pretty much the crime that's happening is a vehicle theft in the residential area, as reported by our detective Cantrell. We're doing good with our finances. We are getting our code enforcement. We're getting our codes underway. Keep your grass cut and make sure you don't have any boarded houses, and report anything that you see. We have 4 code enforcement officers, but you know, we need your help to make sure that we make Forest Park what we want it to be, the place we want to live. And let's see, don't forget the events that we have coming up this weekend. Thanks to Public Works Department, all the streets that's getting paved, we're excited about that. 12 out of the 31 that's done, that's awesome. And what else did I forget? The open records request information that was shared by our new city clerk, and our census count. We're done. Today is the last day, October the 15th. So we'll see what the numbers look like. Hopefully we still are the largest city in Clayton County. But again, thank you all for joining us. We'll be back next month with more updates. So thanks all the directors for participating, staff members for participating. You guys are awesome. You make our city great, and we appreciate you, and thank you so much. Thank you to the residents that are listening in now and will listen in later. Make sure you let us know if there's anything that we need to address, and we'll be happy to address it for you. Oh, one final note, I did just get a message from Ms. Walker, the PTSA president. They are still doing membership. Membership is $10 per year. And that $10 is used to do so much. They have food drives, they give away food, we give food to the staff at the school, and you know, just a lot of things. I can't even go into how much stuff the PTSA, Forest Park High School, who's a National School of Excellence PTA recipient, does for the community. So if you're interested in being a member of the PTSA, just let me know. I'll get you in touch with Ms. Walker, and she will help you with that. All right, with that said, thank you all. Have a great evening, and thank you for joining us.